It's Beth, and I'm back today to record another live tarot reading for you guys. I started to record this, and actually, it was like a blooper. I don't know what happened. So, if you're watching this, or you maybe watched the first one, it was like only a minute long. I was only recording, and I deleted it, so you probably didn't see it, but it was great. This is how beautiful live recordings are because there is really no bloopers. Like normally, when I record my videos, there are times in which I start to talk and it just doesn't, like, the words don't come off of my tongue, and that's why there's blooper reels. I've been wanting to do like a blooper reel for a long time, but I just don't have the editing capability, and I'm not that good. But eventually, later in time, I'll do a blooper. For those of you who want to see my blooper reel, it'd be really funny. So, anyways, I'm back reading for everyone today. This is for all signs. This is going to be structured like a pick a card reading. I'm going to hold up 3 cards and, group 1, 2, 3, and then kind of just go through the cards and see what we get. Those of you who want to get a private reading, I am still offering private readings, so please be sure to check out my website, OracleDaphne.com. All the links are going to be in the description box. So, that's my website. And yeah, if you'd like to send a donation, I am still accepting donations at this time. So Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and all donations are very much appreciated. So I am going to jump right into the reading. So I'm going to hold up 3 cards and see what we get. Okay. So card number 1. Ooh, card number 1, group 1. Card number 2, group 2. And card number 3, group 3. Okay. Wow. This is going to be an intense reading, guys. So hold on to your seat. Okay. So the first card, group 1, is this hate card. This is also, it's about control, or having like the delusion of control, because a lot of people don't really understand that it's not always beneficial to try to control situations. And sometimes the more we try to control it, the worse it gets. So it's one of those things where usually I see this card that when it comes up, it usually shows when somebody's going through a rough patch, or they're having a difficult time. You may be struggling in life, hard times in life, and for some of you, this is where there's all kinds of hate from outside sources. And this can actually indicate hate for a specific person, or just very strong dislike for a specific person. And this is also the Orion card from my Galactic Heritage deck. And that Orion energy is very, very toxic. It's very challenging. And we're still playing out old cycles and old patterns of stuff from then, okay? From like way long ago, okay? We're still playing that stuff out. And the whole control thing is part of that old pattern. But the hate stuff is also part of the pattern and toxicity. And usually if somebody's going through a rough patch, they might have times where they're very angry. They're very angry at people in their life. They're very angry at life. They're very angry in general. So you may be very upset with someone, or someone may be very upset with you. But this to me usually indicates some kind of rough patch. And the thing about it is that this has come up in my life at certain times where things were very hard. So, and things were not easy, and it just seemed like I couldn't quite get a break. And so some of you may be going through that or experiencing that. And I'm sorry to hear that, and sorry to have to read this, but that's the energy. If you pick this, then there's some element of maybe hate from other people, or for a specific person, or just going through a difficult time. I'm going to pull some other cards and see what I get. Some of you are spending a lot of time on your cell phone or on the computer. There's a lot of Orion cards showing up here. So we have resistance energy showing up, which to me is about, this card in particular is about not, putting up a wall, pushing things away, not wanting to face things. Um, not having compassion. Sometimes this can be not having compassion for other people, not putting maybe you're not putting yourself in their shoes, or them not being able to put themselves in your shoes. And it's very interesting today specifically. I was feeling like, with a specific person, I was feeling like I couldn't quite get through to her, in the sense that I couldn't quite say, hey, you need to put yourself in my shoes for just a second. Just a second. Put yourself in my shoes and try to see where I'm coming from. Sometimes we need to say that to people. Say, hey, maybe it would be good for you to check out what's happening in my shoes for a minute, But everybody has their own level of resistance. I do want to check my live chat here for a second, check to see what we've got. Okay. So there's this level of resistance may have happened in the past. That energy showing up may be still present, still showing up, because there's so much Orion energy. I have to say that it's difficult energy to read, and it's difficult when there's more than one Orion card. Usually more than one Orion card means that there's some drama that's happening. Something's going down, The thing is that I do see some sort of resolution. A lot of times this is like the purge energy of things that have been locked inside of us for a long time. And it takes something like a argument or fight to bring things up to the surface, to bring things to light, to admit how we feel, to say what we feel. And I do feel, because we have this mirror reflection card, to me talks about the walls coming down. Can we indicate crying for some of you, like having this this wall come down? To me, this is also about, to me, I want to say answered prayers. Or like, to me, the mirror reflection can indicate like a breakthrough. So like, if you're having a tough time, a lot of times people in our life are also having a tough time. I mean, it's collective energy. But like, when I see this, I see that like, usually this is like getting onto the same page as someone. So if you've had a difficult time with a specific person, to me, this is about getting on the same page with them. Crying, sometimes it takes that crying, takes admitting something, takes the heart, opening the heart to heart. Yeah. Some of you, this is like whatever it is that you've just gone through. Oh, hi, Da. I'm not saying your name right. Thanks so much for joining and commenting. I was going to say that sometimes, for some of you, that this is very much a lesson that you had to learn with whoever it was, a lesson that you had to learn. Some of this Orion stuff is like very deep, entrenched lessons that we have to learn, or things that we have to play out, even if we don't want to, even if they kind of suck. So maybe you were involved in like a sucky relationship, or maybe you were just going through some stuff with a specific person in your life that was just challenging. And for others, those of you who don't even have a relationship, to me, this is just needing to have compassion for other people, needing to get off the cell phone and go outside, and needing to purge real bad. It's so funny because the energy of the purge has been coming up for people that I know lately. Like, I think it's a collective purge energy at times, where when I say purge, it can come out in strange ways. Like, the other day, I was having like some stomach stuff, and it was like a strong, I would say, purge day, where I just felt like I needed to clean things out and get rid of stuff. And like, I met this random person who was riding his bike, and he said he had stomach problems all day, and that's why he couldn't stop to talk. And it was just like so odd that this random person on the street, was having like, when I say purge, that can mean getting rid of stuff. That means cleaning things out. That means sometimes having stomach issues, going to the bathroom a lot, pets having similar problems. Purge energy is collective, releasing, letting things go. How do we release stuff? Sometimes it's throwing up, and sometimes it's peeing, and sometimes it's number two. And so it's just one of those things where you might find that the people around you, if you're going through a major purge, and sometimes it's crying too. You're going through a major purge energy where, people, a lot of times too, it is tied in with death. I always, people get upset with me talking about my channel, death of a loved one, but sometimes that can happen. Like when my Aunt Frances died, 3 days before she died, I was crying hysterically all day for 3 days. And I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. I was just like, something's wrong. And I called and they're like, well, yeah, Aunt Frances died. And I'm like, well, okay, somebody should have called me and told me like what was going on because, and this was my grandmother's sister. So like she was very old when she passed and she had lived a good life, but it was just nobody told me. And so that was my first experience with like purge energy. So some of you may be going through that. But yeah, to me, like there's some element of completing a cycle. Also, it's so funny. I keep wanting to pull this card. I pulled the Page of Cups. It's from another deck, and I'm reading this from my Galactic deck today. But the Page of Cups to me is about alone time, chilling out, maybe having a glass of wine, maybe taking a time out, time to rest. Especially, calming down after being upset. This is very interesting. There's this energy. Okay, so it's like, there's someone here that I'm reading for who has some magnetic attraction to someone. And it's like you're going to come together, even if you've been apart. Some of you are in like a no contact situation. This person may be a very stubborn person. This energy is in some cases, has a lot of patterning to it. But I feel like for those of you who want to know if you're going to see someone again, I feel like you are going to see someone again. For those of you who, to me, there's this element of like needing to take a leap of faith or just say, you know what, I'm going to do this regardless of the consequences or regardless of whatever. To me, it's like breaking the pattern means in order to break the pattern, whatever patterning you've got going, you have to take a leap of faith. You have to just walk through the door. Like people get very much into their headspace of like, what's going to be best and what's going to pay my bills. And like, for example, if I was going to go take a job, and I can get into this with job stuff myself. So please, this is not judgmental, but like if some of you are very much trying to figure stuff out and like, you may be talking yourself out of stuff, convincing yourself out of stuff, maybe because stuff doesn't pay enough or because it's not going to be good for your resume or because it's too far, but for whatever reason you're using as like an excuse, quote unquote, it prevents you from just taking the step, just going and doing it. And some people, especially earth signs, especially people that can get very much into their head, like just need to go and do it. Just fucking do it. That's it. Especially if there's any buildup, like especially if something hasn't happened, especially if there's, again, like the whole job thing, it can go on for long periods of time and there's a buildup, there's a buildup. So it's very important for those of you to step through the door, to take the leap, to say yes, to like, just do it. Whatever it is you've been thinking about, just do it. I'm going to move on to group 2. This is a very interesting group 1. I could probably read more for group 1, but I'm going to read going on here for group 2. This is a very interesting reading today. And I'm going to check my chat here. Okay. So we have this blank card, one of my blank cards from my Marseille deck. Okay, this is 2. I'm moving on to group 2. And honestly, it's interesting I'm talking about death in the family because this can indicate a death in the family, but it can also indicate, it's funny, I think Da had mentioned something about a Libra. Anytime I see Libra, I think indecisiveness. And, this card has shown up for some Libra people that I know. So when this card shows up, there is indecisiveness. There is needing to say, okay, how do I want things to go? What is it that I want? What is it that's going to make me happy? And if you don't know, like if you ask a person what's going to make them happy and what is it they want, don't know, then you've got a problem, because then they have no fucking clue what they're doing. And they're either going to suck you down into a state of like insecurity or like, just like things aren't going to move along. There's no trajectory. If you're not what somebody wants, then there's no forward momentum. There's just stagnancy. And sometimes people reach their plateau or they like their stagnant, they like their comfort, they like things not to change, or in some way, they love the indecisiveness, because you know what? They don't have to own their decisions. They don't have to say, yeah, I fucking did that and I fucked it up real bad. They don't have to say that. They can just sit there and not do anything and just sort of stay on whatever island they're on. And it's totally comfortable. It's totally safe. It's like, it's not really healthy for a relationship, because like, say you're dating someone and you go out to dinner and you're like, okay, so what do you want to do with your life? And they're like, I don't know. And then you're like, okay, so what are you looking for in a relationship? And they go, I don't know. And then you ask them, okay, do you think I'm pretty? And they go, I don't know. It's like they're probably not going to say that, or they're going to say, oh, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And it's not going to, because they don't fucking know. They don't fucking know what pretty is. They don't fucking know what they want. They don't fucking know where they're going. So how can they actually take the bull by the balls and say, yeah, you're the person that I've been looking for, and this is what I want, and I want a relationship with you, and I like having whatever I like to have with you, and I like to see where this goes, and yeah, this is what I do for a living, this is what I'm interested in, and this is what I want out of life. If they don't have that, then it's a waste of time, because it's not going to be a forward moving thing. It's going to be this stagnant swamp. Okay. I gotta pull some other cards. Group 2. Sorry that we got this, but this is what I do here on my channel. Some of you, any kind of cheating that's happened is going to come to an end. Okay, there's some ending, and it's funny because the blank rune is kind of like it's kind of like an ending. It's kind of like we're not going to go forward here. There's a lot of positive energy. Those of you who are going to be dating or who want to know about their love life, there's a lot of positive things. But I also have to say, there's a lot of positive energy as far as life stuff, being victorious in life. There's going to be some things that fall into place for you, because we have the Sun card. And the Sun card for this group, this is positive stuff. To me, the Sun card is one of my favorite cards in my Marseille deck, because it really indicates like getting the call back on something, getting the check in the mail, hearing back, having a positive communication with someone, having chemistry with someone, feeling optimistic, feeling like things are going to turn out okay, and things falling into place naturally, easily. And that's the good stuff in life. That's what we want. That's what I want to see. And the fact that we have the Chariot card also indicates like that's going to be coming very fast to me. Like this is good news, and it's fast. This is not waiting and blah, blah, blah. No. This is fast moving Chariot energy, coming in, like, and it's after that. So to me, it's the Sun card. Maybe the Chariot card is like bringing the Sun card, or the Sun card is moving the Chariot along. But whatever the situation, the energy is very, very much flow and positive. And there's no blockages here. Um, some of you are letting go of something. Maybe you're letting go of a situation that wasn't good or healthy. Some of you are going to be finding a new love partner, and some of you, your finances are going to improve, even though you think maybe it's hopeless, and yeah, you feel like it's definitely hopeless. I feel like either there's going to be someone that helps you out. Maybe there's a gift of cash, or some income that comes through. Could be a donation. It's all to me, and I feel like in time you're going to have a much healthier bank account than you have right now. That's what I want to say for this group. And there's also a lot of passion in this group. So those of you who haven't gotten laid in some time, I feel like that's definitely going to happen because we have both the Ace of Wands, and I'll wink here, and we have also the Ace of Swords, and I'll wink with the other eye there. So there's some passion coming in, and it's fast. You might actually hook up with someone faster than you're expecting, or like someone may show up, and there's something here about hooking up and having sex. To me, you may be dating somebody at a distance. There's something about at a distance or travel. Could be separate energy though. Like some of you later in time, you're going to be taking a trip or traveling or going somewhere. It could be too, like those of you who are not sex focused, could be just, like a passion project that you're involved in, or you're going someplace that you want to go to, that you're fired up about. To me, there's an element of strong Kundalini here. Strong Kundalini, very, very strong desire energy. Doesn't have to mean sex, but for most of you, it will. I want to check my chat here. Okay. Moving right along to group 3, and then I'm going to bop over to Instagram. Group 3, we have the Empress. Okay, it was this card here. We have the Empress. And the Empress to me is a lot of strong Venus energy. Usually this is somebody who does a lot with their hands. This is female, strong female. So this is cooking, this is baking, and doesn't have to be like you could be male and watching this and be doing that stuff and be into that stuff. I know a lot of chefs, who love to cook and do all kinds of things, pickling and preserving, and can make all kinds of stuff on their time off. And so it's maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're doing maybe prep work. Maybe you're pickling something or preserving something, or and I just posted over on Instagram a really cool medicinal veggie soup broth recipe, and I ate the veggies from it, but it's really different. It's got seaweed and rose hips and pine needles and sunflowers and all kinds of stuff, which nobody does. Okay, you don't go to a restaurant and see that kind of stuff. So check out my recipe. It's over on my Instagram page if you're into that stuff, or into herbal medicine at all, or into like natural medicine or things like that. You'll really like it. So yeah, this is also like crafting, quilting, making things. Doesn't have to be with fabric. It can be anything that's handmade. Some of you may be into, have like your own Etsy shop, or be a little bit more focused on your Etsy shop. This is a very odd reading, because we have some cards that indicate not wanting something or being blocked. It's a 50% blockage. But to me, it's a hard stop. It's like a hard stop. We have this Emperor and we have the Four of Pentacles. And to me, the Emperor is, to me, in this position, being bullheaded and stubborn. And the outcome of the Four of Pentacles is being worried about money, savings. Some of you are maybe looking for a job. But I do feel like a job's coming in because you did get the sun card here again. The other group had the sun card also showing up. So I feel like things are going to look up and be more positive. I just think that maybe your perspective right now is a little bit negative. And that's okay. Like, you know, we all have our days. And so I'm not going to judge you there as far as like, you know, what your perspective is, you know. But in general, I feel yeah, to me, it's just a pocket of time in which you're going to move through. It may seem like you're not, you know, again, there's this element of the wall here, hitting the wall, getting to a point of no return. Maybe you get to the point of surrendering, saying, you know what, I can't do anything anymore. I'm going to ask for help. Or I can't do this. I'm going to do something over here. There's a lot of shuffling here in the sense that there's a story, there's a clear story, and it's very clear what's happening. But at the same time, shuffling, when I say that, it means like for you as a person, I was going to say for you as a person, kind of having moments where having moments where things are not clear, and then having these other moments when they are clear. And the Four of Pentacles to me is worries about money, but I actually think that there's going to be more later. We have the Eight of Pentacles later in time, and that to me is a stable 40-hour work week job. So some of you are worried for nothing, but you are still stressed about it, and I can see that. Some of you have kids, some of you have things, your responsibilities, bills you have to pay, and I can see that you're worried about that. But I just think like overall, yeah, like you have these pockets, these kind of pockets. Maybe you're slightly depressed or slightly under the weather or slightly like irritable or slightly, you know, like you're back and forth with a partner or frustrated or irritated. And then you have these other moments which are really great. We have the Ten of Pentacles also showing up here. We have the Six of Swords showing up here, which to me is freedom from worry. The Sun card, the Magician. So some of you just need to kind of work through whatever it is that you're facing right now at this time. You need to work it through and try your best and keep showing up to work and keep trying to apply and keep trying at life. And eventually you'll get somewhere. And like right now, it seems like maybe you won't get anywhere, but you will. You need to believe, too, that you're going to, and you need to work on manifesting and seeing things in a more positive. And I hate to be that person today. I really hate to be that person today because some days, like today, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this reading because I wasn't sure if I was in the right mindset, right mindset myself. So it's sort of just like for some of you, you're not yet in the right mindset, but you will be. It's just a matter of time. That's what I think. Whether you're a guy or a girl, I feel like whatever it is that's dragging you down today, it's going to be a thing of the past tomorrow. That's what I want to say. I'm going to stop there. I think this is all that I want to say. I didn't get any people in my live chat that wanted to ask me a personal question. Just want to throw it out there one last time, just in case if somebody wants to ask me a personal question right now, they can send a payment of $25 through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. I can give it a moment to do that. Otherwise, and you will have to let me know in the chat if you wanted me to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to go pop over onto Instagram and do a reading over there. But I appreciate all the love and support. And yeah, I haven't seen any other messages come through. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being amazing fans, subscribers, and followers. I appreciate it so much. And I will be back again for more videos. So stay tuned. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.